Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Banner Boy Games. The title of this video and the topic is going to be how to get into the IT field and advice on getting into IT. Now, starting out, this video is definitely going to be, unscripted. So I may kind of bounce around, on the topics, and I'm gonna try to see if I can cover everything in this video. There's a good possibility that I might break this video up into two parts, but I just want to start off with something that's very important, which is getting into IT, which is a lot of people looking into get into it. I have friends asking me about what it's like and how did I get into it, and just if you look online, you can see a lot of people that ask, how can I get into IT? It's always one of those things where people say, well, how can I get experience if I can't get the job, and how can I get a job if I don't have experience? The little, I guess, the catch-22, if you want to say, double-edged sword. But that's the main purpose of this video. So I guess I'm gonna just get right into it. A lot of times, if you're having a hard time getting into IT, and like a lot of people would say, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is, if you can volunteer your time with a local organization or a nonprofit, school, church. Those experiences are really valuable when putting on your resume. Will help you get experience for your resume. Another good thing that you can do, if you got friends and family, co-workers or whatever, that need computer help and technical help, by all means, go ahead and do those things. Even the slightest amount of experience, the stuff that you wouldn't think is important, is extremely important when starting out, when trying to break into the field. So if you're the type of person who likes to fix things, that's always the person that your friends and family call when things break and when they need help, definitely do those things, and make sure you keep track. You write stuff down or you journal it. If you won't, even blogger, video record it, audio record, just kind of documenting yourself doing those things. Because it's one thing to say that you know how to do something, but in IT, it's kind of like they want proof, to show it. So if you can, document it by any means necessary, whether if that's, like I said, through video recording, even having people that you can use as references that you done work for. LinkedIn is real good. I kind of use LinkedIn a little bit to document my experiences. Another good thing that I did that helped me get into the IT field was I started my own computer repair business, because I was trying to really get into IT, and I was getting a little bit, I was going a little bit against the grain and running into roadblocks, getting the experience, employers to look at me. And what I did was I started my computer repair business, just as a way to not only tinker with stuff and learn, but also it did help, make a little money. So I started, with friends and family, and then I got, they will refer people to me. That's definitely a good way. The good thing too, if you do that, it's also good, I think, if you can afford to, if you have the time and the luxury to start your business, your computer repair business, actually make it a legit business. Like, as far as, actually setting up your business with your state secretary office, getting your official business license will help, because it makes you look legit on paper, and which you will be legit on paper. Also, the clients that you do work for, have them leave reviews on your business, either via Google, Yelp, online. So at least whenever you do apply for these jobs, at these businesses and enterprise trying to work in those, they can actually see that you're a legit person. And in addition to that, they can also see that you have some pretty good reviews. So that way they can leave no doubt in their mind that you can actually do the job, or that you're, capable, and that you're tech savvy. So that's definitely some advice that I would like to give to those wondering. Another thing, and don't take this the wrong way when I say this, but if you can get into a good company right off the bat and avoid a lot of the bad employers, I think that's great. However, sometimes what I noticed that sometimes the companies that how do I say this in the right way? Mediocre to kind of decent reviews of companies not really rated that highly are usually the easiest ones to get into. The barrier to entry is a lot lower. So sometimes those companies and those jobs you can do just to gain experience and get your feet in the door in IT. And then usually once you have a little bit of experience, then you can usually work, look towards a better employer and move, to a better rated company, better rated employer. So sometimes you may have to kind of humble yourself and go with those employers where they don't have the best rating online, but it's decent enough to work just to get your foot in the door and get IT experience, so that way you can move to those better, more reputable employers. Because sometimes, and even I dealt with this at one point in time a couple years ago, sometimes we want to find the best company to work for, which is nothing wrong with, and we tend to get a little, I don't want to say big headed, but we kind of feel like, well, so and so, I'm not working there, they're horrible, I'm not working there. But sometimes you have to do whatever it takes to get experience, and in some cases to be able to pay your bills. So sometimes you have to really humble yourself and be willing to pay your dues. A lot of people want to get into IT but don't want to pay their dues, and starting out you will have to do sometimes lower level stuff that they call grunt work. But especially on the entry level, you have to pay your dues. You're not just going to be, it's really hard to just jump in there and say, hey, I want to do sysadmin, or networking, and you don't have any IT experience. Not saying it can't be done, but you're really going against the grain. So you might have to take those jobs where you might spend 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years, or whatever, doing those entry level grunt work tasks, redundant, repetitive tasks. Trust me, I've been through that, and I'm currently working through that now, but I definitely see the value, the future, of what can happen. So, help desk is good. If help desk is good, and I say help desk is good because you can learn a lot and be exposed to a lot on the help desk. It's definitely something where you can really hone your skills at and build up your chops. So definitely don't think that you're above help desk. Especially like if you have ambition and plans on wanting to move up into system admin, security, networking, definitely use it to learn. And if you can get into a company with professional development, which is the best thing, I think, go for it. So definitely don't think that you're too above it. Get those skills and move on. Whether that's, might have to spend about maybe 1 to 3 years at the most, at those help desk and desktop support type of jobs, and then move on. Also, what you'll come across sometimes in IT, you'll see people at entry level positions like help desk and desktop support who love doing that stuff. They may spend 10, 15, 20 years doing it. But if you're the type of person like I am that want to move up, don't want to be in an entry level position for a long time, go ahead, pay your dues for about a year, 2, maybe 3 at the most. And then, while you're getting that experience, make sure you're learning, getting certifications, whether that's taking classes, getting a degree. Make sure you're bettering yourself throughout that time. So after that 1, 2, 3 years is up, you can find and get a job at another company, taking on more responsibility, a higher salary, and so forth. And so that's what I really want to emphasize with this video. Another thing that I'm going to tell you, if you're really ambitious and want to move up, try to see maybe if you can move up within your company. Always be learning, volunteer for projects, find out what your business needs or what your company needs are, and see what you can do to improve it, if you can help out. Some bosses will really appreciate that you have ambition and want to move up and that you don't want to be complacent. So by all means, if you can move up within your company, I say go forward and take on more responsibility to go for it. But sometimes you may be in a situation to where you've grown and you've done all you can at your job and you're no longer growing, and sometimes you may have to end up leaving your current employer and finding work elsewhere in order for you to make that transition, because some employers and some jobs want to keep you pigeonholed to a certain position. So that's definitely my take on that. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else I'm missing? Well, I can't think of anything else, but just like I said, just to rehash things, start your own business. Don't wait for someone to give you an opportunity. That's the mindset that I had, because you'll run into a lot of frustration. People, you'll go through the ups and downs of emotions. But like I said, I started my own thing. I couldn't get any experience, or I couldn't get hired anywhere. I started my own IT thing. I've got my business license, and I started getting my own self experience. I looked out for myself, and then it ended up paying off, because now that I got a job in IT, I have recruiters reaching out to me all the time, offering me jobs or want to interview me for jobs that I haven't even applied for. And even the stuff that I have applied for, 99% of the stuff that I actually have been applying for, I've actually been getting called backs of wanting to do interviews. So what I'm learning in IT is that sometimes all you need is just to get experience. And then usually once you get your foot in the door, you'll end up building momentum to where recruiters are actively searching you out, want to bring you opportunities. So it's all about getting that momentum. And once you build that momentum, you really want to just keep it up. Definitely keep the momentum going in your career and in your life. So that's my advice for now. If I think of something else, I would definitely be making a part 2. But like I said, this was unscripted. Just going off the top, just kind of freestyling, giving you guys my thoughts, because I've been actually wanting to make this video for a long time, and just kind of, been putting it off. But I really do want to help people, break into the IT field and be able to get into it. So if I can share my experience and it helps someone, then hey, I say it's all worth the while. So thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time, guys.